Sorry about that. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody had a fucking awesome day. Um, yeah. Well, listen. Um, in case nobody was clear on the video that I just put out today, fuck the reptilian nation guy. All right. Fuck that dude hard. Fuck him in the ass. We don't like him. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by who do we have here? Conduit constrictors, or how some people say it, conduit constrictors. Fucking Steve Conduit's fucking awesome. He's right down here in Pennsylvania. I'm gonna be going to a Gettysburg show with him, I believe, in November. So we're gonna be making an appearance there. Plus, he's also in the latest 15 minutes of lane competition. So Steve is putting together fucking just awesome shit. I mean, you got to check out Steve's shit. He's a good guy, and he's putting together some. I mean, the guy spent $1 million on this fucking hobby coming into it, so he's not fucking putting out shit. Anyway, fucking Steve Conduit at Conduit Constrictors. Fucking go visit him and buy a quality ball python. What do we got next here? Great Family Snakes. They just came back from a successful Daytona. As far as I know, it was a successful Daytona. They do a Xanthic Pieds, a Xanthic Desert Ghost. They just updated their morph market. If you need a quality ball python, check out Roger and Lori Gray over at Great Family Snakes. Go visit them at Gray_family_snakes on Instagram. Brian Bodie Reptiles, who I'm probably going to dinner with next week because he's going to be in Jersey. So looking forward to that. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it, but fucking definitely keep me in the loop. Listen, Brian's from out in Vegas. If you're out west and you want quality ball pythons, Brian Bodie's the guy to go to. Okay, that's all I'm saying. He's a good guy. Fucking has a lot of shit. He does all the super shows out there in California and Vegas, and if you want a quality ball python, go over to Brian Bodie Reptiles. All right, who else we got? Visionary Exotics, my boy Will Sanford, who was just on 15 Minutes of Lame last episode with Brian Potter from NARBC. Will fucking killed it. Will dumped a lot of money into this shit already. He's working with Puzzle. He's working with Paint. He's working with Desert Ghost and Clown and all the other good shit that all you fucking gay ball python people love. If you're down in Texas, he's one of the best people out there. He's new, but fucking he's not really new because he's been doing this since like 2008. So go to Will Sanford at Visionary Exotics at Visionary_Exotics. Fuck, these people got to cut this shit with the fucking underscore. All right, look at this. You want to go see this guy? Small Town Exotics. Pow, no underscore. All right. Shane Kelly, one of my ride or die guys. We're going up to Canada next, probably in about 3 weeks now, I think. Yeah, if you need a quality ball python, if you need a quality hognose, if you need a quality leopard gecko, there's no other place to go than Shane. All right. You guys fucking all know Shane from his universal love in the community. So, again, ride or die, go to Small Town Exotics on Instagram. All right. So, listen, everybody, fucking do me a favor and smash the subscribe button's mom right now and hit the bell, if you want to be notified of all the shit that we do here. If you like the crap that we're doing here, join the Patreon. Pretty cool. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to exclusive videos, exclusive content, the Discord, the Discord for reptile keepers. It's a pretty cool place, pretty cool little community that we're building. I think we have 50 something people in there right now. So definitely come by and if you want, join the Patreon. It's a lot of fun. We don't always talk about just reptiles. We talk about everything. We talk about TV shows. We talk about movies. We talk about music. We talk about life in general. Look, if you're one of those people that live ball pythons, we don't want you there, okay? Nothing is worse than these fucking jackoffs that are like, yo, ball python breeding's a way of life. Shut the fuck up. No, it's not. Okay, just shut the fuck up and live a little bit. With a guy with coming from a guy with one leg, I can tell you, you got to live a little, man. All right, let's say what's up to the people in the room. Python Prince already $5. Pow. Thank you, Blake. Blake showed a lot of love on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon last week. So I appreciate Blake. He showed up at the Zoom call. He's a Fatman Nation Patreon member. Fucking love that guy. HJS Serpents, Fear the Crab Cat. Yes, Fear the Crab Cat. Also a Patreon member. Fucking dropping the Y-Files reference, man. Love you. Emily Schultz, yeah, baby. Throwing the kisses. Fuck yeah. That's all I'm saying. Jen Kittinger. Look, we got all the hotties showing up tonight. Okay, fucking what's up, Jen? Thank you for coming. Oh, see, now we ruined it. Fucking with Ken. You know, fucking hot girl, hot girl, hot girl, hot guy, hot girl, ugly dude. What's up, Ken? Thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to doing your show. See, Jen Kate, hot girl. What's up, Jen? How are you doing? Let's see. Arvin, Game of Odds. I don't know what he looks like. Ball Python guy, probably hideous, but fucking what the fuck? H&H Pythons. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Sky High Morphs. You want to talk about a hideous dude? Fucking, he really has that whole latter stages of AIDS thing going on. Fucking pulls it off pretty well. Thank you for showing up, Brian. Bone Daddy. What's up, Vinny? You're gonna be on. You're a sponsor on Morphoforge. I'm gonna be on their show Wednesday night. I believe it's 9:30. You want to talk about another hot chick, Lori Gray? Fucking just got back from Daytona, crushing it. Lori Gray hanging out on the beach in a bikini, fucking loving it. Who else we got? H&H Pythons. Fucking yeah. Fucking yeah. Oh, look at this. Fucking probably one of the most handsome Puerto Rican men that I know. All right. Fucking Tito over at Tradesman. What's up, brother? How you doing? Thanks for coming by. More Forge, Jamie. What's up, brother? Looking forward to coming on Wednesday night. So I hope everybody here tunes in for that. Ro, you know I fucking love you. Thank you guys for doing the lamest chat today. You guys killed it as always. So don't think that I don't appreciate you guys. Aaron Klein, batter up balls. This is the guy that won the Stop Sounding Like Shit and Looking Like Shit contest a couple of years ago. What's up, Aaron? Aaron, let's see. 319 Reptiles, Patreon member. Fucking love you, brother. Fucking hope everything is well. Thanks for showing up to the lamest chat earlier. Morph Avenue, what's up, Mike? That's fucking wow, fucking first time watcher. Mike, I hope we can convince you to stay for a little bit. Who else we got? Anybody else? Ashley Brewster. Fucking what's going on, Ashley? Hope everything is well. Thank you for coming. We done now? Limey. Yeah, Cassie is here. All right. Fucking relax, dickhead. All right. Just fucking relax. Fucking Christ. Like all of this is not good enough, Limey. All right. You fucking know you love it. Anyway, fucking throw some super chats. Fucking make shit happen. Fucking make us make this worth it for you. All right. I'm not even gonna fuck around. You want to see the fucking hot redhead? Boom, right there. All right. What's up, Cassie?
Hi. Hey, everybody.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's been too long, right? Like it's been way too long. Like you're one of the original hot chicks, but I never wanted to ask you because I was like, would Tony get mad, you know, if I asked this chick to be on the hot chick episode? And then, you know, I figured that he wouldn't, but now we got you on, so we're gonna take advantage of you. Okay. Fucking Gecko Diva, what's up? Why don't you just tell everybody what you got going on right off the bat, and then we'll get into all the shit.
Okay, so let's see. On a dance studio, we moved locations. When I say me and my husband, last year, so that's going well. I'm super excited. I started breeding. Hey Ashley, crested geckos, and a couple of other gecko species. Not any that eat bugs. Those are the cute ones, but I got to keep it simple and easy with the Pangea. Currently, right now, Tony is moving his rats with some of his buddies. Thank goodness they're here helping him to back to our old facility where our or old house is what we call it. We still own that house too, but he's moving the rats back over there to that facility tonight. Dance studios. I don't own a pole, Limey.
No. Yeah, Wami, thanks for shitting all over my fucking joke that was coming up. So I appreciate it. All right. So you own a dance studio.
Yep.
So you basically teach children how to be gay.
No. No. I teach them dance, confidence within themselves, and just being able to be on that stage and just be fearless, really.
Oh, I hate when women use that word. Um,
Well, it takes a lot of guts to get on the stage and dance, though, in front of a bunch of
well,
people.
if you're a boy, yeah, right. How many boy students do you have?
Currently, I have one. Last year, I had two, and the year before that, I kind of kept about 2 to 3. But they only did hip hop, nothing else. Like none of the tap, jazz, ballet, none of that.
Well, when I see a little 5'2" white girl talking about teaching hip hop dancing to boys, what would hip hop dancing be?
Just basic hip hop stuff. Not break dancing is probably what you're thinking about. I
Well,
don't
why do you
teach
think I'm
that
thinking breakdancing? Just because I was fucking
because you're a
raised in
guy.
the '80s? All right,
No, because you're a guy.
all right. Listen, breakdancing would be okay. All right.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I wish I knew
Uh,
how to spin on my head, but
uh,
yeah, I don't know how to do
when
all
you're
that.
at the studio and somebody comes in with a boy wanting to sign up for dance, do you ever just think like, oh, well, maybe he's a little frumper, like no,
No.
okay,
No,
all right.
normally either they're like really excited to learn and just be in there with the hip hop group, or they'll be kind of a little shy because there's a lot of girls in there and it's kind of like, I don't want people in my town, picking on me, that kind of thing.
It, Jen, thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. Um, you live in a small town, right?
I do. Very small.
So if a dude is taking dance, it pretty much the word probably gets out pretty quick, right?
It does. And sadly, I've had one little boy, he quit because some of the kids at school were picking on him. And then I had another boy. Now this was a couple years ago. He would play baseball, and one of his baseball coach would use that against him and just like pick at him about it being a dance, even though it's hip hop. So yeah,
So the coach was like, "Hey, Tony, prance your ass down the home plate, right?" Yeah, fucking.
I don't know what he said exactly, but yeah, word got
Yeah.
back to me about it.
Oh, all right. Did you throw down with the baseball coach?
No, but I was pretty pissed off, honestly.
Well, you have, you got a fucking husband that looks like Bigfoot, right? You could just send him down and
Yeah.
fucking take care of the fucking baseball coach. Um, Speaking of the husband, you've had a rough like 18 months, right? Like,
Practically, yeah.
like
Yep.
first, and I don't know how deep you want to get into this, but first, and I'm only bringing this up because obviously you're going through this shit as much as he is, right? Like fucking,
Yep.
it's not like this is just a buddy that you live with, right? This is your fucking husband.
Right.
Um, he was walking home one night and he walked into the house. He got shot at, right? Like,
Yep.
what the fuck was that all about?
But honestly, it wasn't just him. Me and our son were in the house too. I actually saw it happen. See, Tony was getting ready and situated to do a podcast live interview like this.
Right.
So he had to walk to where our knife room, like where he displays all the knives and stuff. So he walked to there to get the tripod and stuff like that. Um, at the time, the guy that shot at us, he was across the street picking up Chinese, and I was inside with our son and fixing dinner, sitting down eating right there in the dining room. Well, Tony still was setting up because he had to get his ring light tripod thing, and his phone was on charge too because he wanted a full battery, obviously. The last time I seen him, he was walking into the snake room because I could literally hear him from across the street yelling across the yard. Small town, 2 lane road, not that far from the restaurant and our home.
Right.
So I got worried because I could literally hear him yelling inside our home. I got my eyes on Tony. I thought he was in the snake room perfectly fine. I get closer to my son because he's constantly yelling. He gets in his truck, he backs up this way, and he goes to like leave, but he stops. And I literally seen him pick up the gun, rack it, and as he was like turning towards us, because I thought in my mind Tony was in the snake room. I thought he was fine. I didn't know what he was pointing at. I figured he could see me through the window because I'm sitting there nosy as hell,
Right. Right.
looking. So when I seen that, mind you, there's people walking on the sidewalk, cars going by, all that normal stuff, but he turned and pointed to us. So I grabbed range. I had my phone in my hand and I just ran. I just ran away. Um, I tripped, I heard the pow or whatnot, kept running. Still had my phone in my hand. I was getting ready to call 911. Tony walks in yelling like, "Where are you, Cassie? Range, where are y'all?" And come to find out, the bullet was like super close to his head, like not even 12 inches, maybe. He was walking in from our snake room into our home, opened the door. You can see it on the camera. It like shot through the house close to his face. Um, but when he walked in and found us, I told him I saw it. I'm calling 911. So I called 911, told them, and then literally when they asked me what my name was, because they were like, calm down, what's your name? I like lost it, obviously. So Tony then grabbed the phone and was, finishing finishing what I was telling them and all that stuff. So yeah, I specifically like just dropped to my knees, started praying, thanking the Lord we were all safe, and just bawling, crying, because it's just traumatic, crazy.
Well, and who did it turn out to be?
So, not a lot of people know this, but he is my baby daddy.
Ah,
So,
okay.
so my first kid, our daughter, it's her father. He was wanting to basically see her, and she had a school function that morning. It was honors day. He was there, all of us was there. Well, later that day he wanted to see her, but it was on a Wednesday, and usually on Wednesdays she has school. I pick her up, we go straight to dance, or I love you too, Jen, or she has cheer. But that specific day she had cheer till 5:30. Then she came to dance with me at the studio until 6:15. Then I take her to church because church starts at 6:30. It's youth, and so she was already at church when that happened. But he had text wanting to know like when she was going to be home, and we said, she's not here. She's currently at church. She'll be home about 8:30, that kind of thing. Apparently, according to him, it didn't go through. So he came to the house an hour before he shot at us, asking, I want to see her and da 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 da, which is no big deal at all, But Tony showed him the message and was like, dude, we're not lying. Here's the message. We sent it twice because he sent it twice. But I don't know. I guess he walked away after that conversation and was like yelling like you're a liar, da 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 da, and flipping the bird as he was going out the driveway. We figured, he was probably headed to the church because the church is like 2 blocks away from her house. She literally heard the gunshot happen when it happened that night. But I guess he didn't. I don't know. But then all that happened like literally an hour later, and it was a mess. It was crazy, crazy, crazy.
So, oh, okay. So where's the guy now? Is the guy in jail?
He's in prison.
Yeah. Okay.
So that happened May of 2023, and then he finally, like, through all the court stuff, which wasn't some people thought it was like against Tony and him, but when it's that kind of thing, it's actually the state against him. We
Right.
were able to go to all the hearings and stuff, which we did show up. We did go to all of them. But he finally got sentenced this year in February.
Okay.
So
Well, all
it's
right.
been
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. Okay. So you went through all that, bullet holes in the house and shit,
Yep.
right? And then 6 months later, you find out that Tony has cancer.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And how'd all that come about? I mean, I'm not asking you how cancer came about. I know I
Yeah.
know how cancer comes about, but how do you find out about it? How did you guys find out about it, and how are you guys dealing with it now?
So we believe in the Lord and everything happens for a reason. But we think since that happened, it might have, I know it's crazy as it sounds, it could have been a blessing in disguise for us to find out the cancer. But since that happened, like all the stress we went through since that happened, and even during the time period up until, February when he got sentenced, the stress. So Tony, I guess, held, he stressed too. His stomach, the upper part of his stomach started hurting really, really bad. It got to the point where he was like, all right, if this doesn't quit by, I remember him saying Tinley, the Tinley show. He said, I got to go to the doctor. So that led on, and then eventually his stool was going different. Like, it wasn't normal as far as being constipated and then having runny stool kind of thing. And I know that's probably TMI, but that is a symptom for the cancer that he has.
Mm.
And then he started having blood closer to, let's see, the last Tinley we went to, which I forgot what month it was. It's just been crazy. But that Tinley was crazy bad because he was bleeding a lot that whole weekend, and just it was really bad. Like, close to taking him to the hospital kind of thing. He did go to the hospital prior for that because he was hurting so bad, and I made him go, took him to the ER in the town over, did a CT scan. All that looked fine. It looked like there was like a little wave in his abdomen, and the doctor said that, it could just be the way you're laying, it could be air, it could be a major issue, like you just don't know because the CT scan just wasn't strong enough to like pick up,
Right. Mm.
His blood work was fine. Like, usually cancer patients, you can see a decrease in like the blood count, and
Mm.
it was fine. His white blood cells was normal, like all of that. But
Right.
the symptoms, I was worried from the start that that's what it was. But we got him in, let's see, November, December, sometime around in there. We got into our PCP, which we waited until March. We had to wait till March to get the colonoscopy, and that's how they found it. That was the only way they could find it, was the
Mm.
colonoscopy. They did
Got
it through the mouth and then, up your
right.
rectum kind
Right.
of
Yeah.
thing. And the doctor immediately knew it was that. And Tony was waking up out of, the anesthesia. And I remember him saying, it's cancer. I heard the doctor say it was cancer. And I was just like, what? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I started crying, and then the doctor came in and said it is, and he actually called the surgeon and got us in for an appointment like 3 hours later that same day. It was crazy.
And what was the end result? Like, how are you guys dealing with it now? And fucking calm down, Limey. All right. All right. It can't all be fucking fun and games here. Okay. All right. We got to talk about serious shit sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the first 2 weeks that we found out, obviously, I was boohoo crying every single day, but I finally got myself together and, just staying strong and stuff like that. um Before he started treatment, I was trying to just be positive about it because it sucks. The treatment sucks, seeing him in pain sucks, but at the end of the day, all the treatment and stuff prolongs his chances of living and surviving this
Right.
to like 80 something, maybe even 90%. I forgot what the doctor said. So it's not like it's gonna kill him or they got a time frame for him, like, oh, you got X amount of days to live kind of thing. I mean, we do look at life a little differently because of that, obviously. But yeah, we just tried to think positive about it. You know, even the treatments, the first round of treatment was okay. Wasn't that harsh on him. The chemo pills that he took, you know, made him nauseous and stuff like that. To me, it really gets to me when I see him like in pain because his second round of treatment, going through the IV chemo,
Right.
um, those first 2 days right after that first infusion was like so bad. I was crying and upset because you know he was in pain and just nauseous, not wanting to eat or drink or anything like that. Like it was pretty bad. But he's better. Go. We went to Daytona, which a lot of people were surprised that we actually went, which I am too. But we did make it through, and each day just got a little bit better. Even like now, he still has to take chemo pills, and those kind of mess with him nausea wise. Like it, he doesn't feel the best in the world, but he doesn't feel like he did after he got that infusion, if that makes sense.
Right.
So he's kind of like back to normal, even though it's not normal, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
seeing those days is a lot more easier than whenever he's truly like down in the dirt after the
Right.
treatments and stuff. And I know
But
when he has the surgery, it's gonna be tough too. We're gonna be in the hospital for a week, and then he's gonna be down for like 6 weeks.
right. When is the surgery planned?
They said after this second round of treatment, which will end the first or second week in December, he has to wait 6 weeks after that treatment, let the chemo get out of his body, and then he can have the surgery. So we're probably guessing maybe February, maybe March. It just depends on when he gets on the books
Mm,
for
right.
being
Okay.
scheduled for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, well, is the problem reducing itself now? Like,
Yeah.
is it in remission technically, or not? You
Um,
don't call it remission before you get the surgery, right?
I don't think so because it's still there, but they did say during radiation that they could see it shrinking. So
Okay.
that's good because that's what they need it to do. They want it to shrink right now because it's colorectal.
Right.
It
Right.
started in the colon and it grew to the rectum. So being that it's partially in the rectum, they're treating it as the extensive way because you cannot, you know, surgically go in and fix the rectum. So
Right.
that's why he's going through all this treatment to shrink it before he
Gotcha.
gets the surgery. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and he's just the type of dude that uh is working through it, right? Like he
Yeah.
hasn't stopped working at all. Like
Yep.
I remember 5 years ago. Uh, Matter of fact, one of the first reasons that I contacted him was he was just complaining about how the younger people don't have a work ethic,
Yeah.
like they do now. And I think he was working 7 days a week back then. He was painting cars also,
Yep.
in addition to all the snake stuff and other
Yep.
jobs. So he's always been like that guy, right? Like that guy where he's not going to let cancer stop him from taking
Right.
care of the family or doing shit like that, right?
It helps him too to stay going and busy. It helps him just to when he feels bad, it helps him. I know this sounds crazy, but feel a little better. But then
Mhm.
it's also like it's off his mind kind of thing. So it's not, I guess, depressing like some cancer patients, you know, get whenever they hear
Right,
it, that kind of thing.
right. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Um, and now you've owned the dance studio for like 11 years, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so the dance studio isn't a new thing,
Nope.
right? So you've been doing this the whole time. Tony's been getting shot at and having cancer and
Yep.
doing all this, right?
Yep.
Okay. Um, when and I don't want to make the whole thing about Tony, but when did you guys decide to make the leap from Tony going to stop doing everything else and just do ball pythons for a living?
So when I got pregnant with Range, I told him I really, really wanted to stay home, you know, because I was able to kind of do that with Blair because I was 17 years old when I had her, a teen mom. So I was able to go to school and take care of her, um, without like the financial burden because I had support from my mom and all that kind of stuff. So me being home with her, I really, really wanted to do the same with Range, and we calculated it up, and we decided then he already Tony already had in his mind he wanted to one day go full time with the reptiles, and I'm all for it. Like, I'm very supportive of all his business stuff that he wants to do, and he's just exact same with me.
Right.
So that's kind of whenever we decided we put a pencil to like the numbers and stuff like that. I did invest into the business, so that helped as well. It was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie because I've always been taught from my mom and dad like you have to work in order to have the stuff you want. Like, my parents like really instilled that into me, like you have not only yourself to take care of but your child,
Right.
regardless of anybody else. Like,
Right.
that's your responsibility. And I think that's kind of maybe why I turned out to be a good mama. Maybe, I don't know. But after being taught that, whenever I decided to quit and just rely on dance, which at the time it wasn't like the main source of income kind of thing, and then relying on Tony too, that was kind of big and scary for me because basically I wouldn't be working, even though I was working with a dance because I was working at the or local doctor's office. So that was scary. That was really scary for me. It kind of racked my brain for like 2 weeks, but we decided to go full force, and it's been great ever since. I mean,
How
look what we
long
have
has that
now,
been now?
huh?
Like how long has that been up until now?
Well, see, range is 5, so 5 years.
It's been 5 years. Okay.
Yep.
Mhm. And now you don't really have anything to do with the snakes day to day, right?
Not really. No.
Right. You're like
I help
fuck them things.
film
Yeah.
the YouTube stuff, that kind of stuff, but
Right. Right.
I don't do anything
And
else.
do you handle all the social media and stuff, or does Tony do that?
Not everything. I help when he needs me to, but he does a lot of it.
Okay. And you have a little gecko business on the side now, right? Are
I
you doing
do. I
most
mean,
of the
it's
geckos?
it's still part of Hardwired, so it's
Right.
not like separate or anything like that. But yes, I do have the geckos, and that's been helpful. It's been nice.
Are you making money with the geckos now, or are you
We
still
are. Mm-hmm.
okay?
Yep.
And what kind of geckos?
Crested geckos, gargle geckos, chewies, and we have standing day geckos.
Okay. And did you have geckos prior to this, or did you just see them one day and were like, "Oh, these things are cute. I think I want to breed them."
Um, about maybe I don't know, 7 years ago, we had a gargle gecko for like a pet kind of thing. So it was kind of cool. But I don't know, just one day I was like, and Tony was kind of too on the same page of like something more I could do to help with the reptiles. That would
Mhm.
be fairly easy and something I liked, and I like the geckos, so it just kind of worked.
Right. So now Tony basically handles the ball pythons. You handle the geckos. Do you
Hmm.
guys keep anything else or no?
So he has different species of snakes, but I can't tell you what they are.
You don't know. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's good. And talk to me about basically you're his main pillar of support, right? Like you're
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, basically. So talk to me about that. Like what do you think the women have to do, okay, to kind of make the men feel like they actually can do this?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with respect, um, and you have to trust each other and be confident within each other. So going into like this full time, I have all of that with him, and that's why it's been so much easier for me versus seeing like some of the other wives that are like, no, 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 kind of
Right.
thing, because it's more so the bigger picture than the now. So like
Right.
Tony invested in like the house snakes. Yeah, he spent a shit ton of money. We went up to Pennsylvania, invested into it, but it's not the then, it's the what's coming next after that. That kind of helps. And
Right.
plus, he understands and knows what he's doing. He's good with money, so I'm not really worried about that. Does that make sense? He takes care of me pretty good.
Right. Right.
So I really think it has a lot to do with trust within your relationship within each other,
Mm.
respect with each other on both ends, and just that confidence within each other that you know what you're doing, like just hyping up each other up, that kind of stuff.
Right. So you guys are pretty much each other's ride or dies, right? You're like, oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna
Yep.
make this out of it. Um,
And if it
and
don't work out, then it just don't work out. We'll pick up the pieces as we go. It's just kind of
has
how we
there
roll.
ever been a disagreement where you're like, are you fucking crazy? We're not gonna spend $30,000 on a ball python.
I mean, yeah, I'll be like, "Oh, you're crazy. That's a lot." But at the end of the day, I'm like, "It's whatever you want. You know what you're doing. I feel comfortable with your decisions."
Well, also, I think that it's probably helps that if you needed to spend 30 grand on fixing up your dance studio, he would have no problem with that either, right?
Exactly. So when I actually moved locations. I started my dance studio in our local recreation department, which was easy. And then no overhead, big overhead kind of thing, no major upkeep. So whenever I branched out to a new location, which I still rent, but it's nice because it's my own space. I was able to customize it. But he did help invest into it. He helped like lay down. There's a special flooring you use for dance. It's called Marley. He helped lay that down, like everything, like anything I needed. He was right there too.
Right.
We go to dance competitions, and it's so boring for him, but he always sticks it out, and he's there with me and supporting me too. So it's not a one-way street. It's like both. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Well, and where do you think, like, not even hardwire exotics, but where do you think you guys are 5 years from now? Because you're still stupid young, right?
Yeah.
So you're 30, right?
Yep. Yep.
So what's the 5 year plan? And it could be the overall overarching plan that we're talking about. Like, where do you see you and Tony in 5 years?
Capes are free. That's the
Yeah,
big one.
obviously. Yeah.
That's the big one. And I don't just what we're doing now. Honestly, I hope we're still in love and just together and best friends. Because honestly, he really is kind of like my best friend. He was actually my best friend before he became a boyfriend, and obviously before he became my husband. So I
Right.
really hope that stays, and that's wherever life takes us. I'm game.
Well, he's just like he's a good dude, right? He's like a tough dude. You know who he reminds me of? And you're stupid young, so you're not even going to get this reference. But he reminds me of Isaiah from Little House on the Prairie.
So I've heard of Little House on the Prairie. My mom used to watch it, but I don't remember who the people are.
Yeah, he was Michael Landon's like best friend, who was this big giant, like 6'8" guy that was fucking, had that Duck Dynasty beard like Tony has, and fucking but he was just like a good solid person, right? Like see, Laurie Gray remembers. Okay, um so that's who Tony like has always reminded me of. That,
Yeah.
and of course the Duck Dynasty people, because Tony without the beard just looks like, he's a big dude, but he just looks like every other dude. Fucking
Yep.
Tony with the beard looks
Yep.
like he's definitely like smuggling moonshine in the backwoods of fucking Georgia somewhere, right? Um, are you a fan of the beard, or did you like him better the old way?
You know, back in like 2012, before we were ever like a thing, he would keep a clean, like shave it, like bare skin, scalp and
Right,
beard.
right.
And I would like tell him, "You look like a baby. You need to grow some hair." He finally did. My favorite, which I do like the beard, but my favorite look he's ever had was the clean cut beard.
Right. Okay.
Now he's growing out his mohawk again, but he's gonna make it a man bun to match range. But I really
Oh,
enjoyed the
man bun.
mohawk. Yeah.
Man bun. That's a little gay for Tony Thomas. All right. Fucking yo, what's up, Sack? All right. And Laurie, didn't mean to make you sound old, okay? Because you're not old. Um, man bun. You better tell Tony to call me. We're gonna have to talk about that a little bit
Okay.
first. All right.
It looks really cute on our son though, and our kid wanted him to
Well,
have
yeah,
it.
on a fucking 5-year-old, of course it's gonna look cute. All right. Oh, for the love of God. All right. Are you planning on expanding the gecko thing or no?
No, I'm like maxed out.
How
It's a
many do
lot.
you have?
Um, Probably 200 to 300, maybe, including the babies. Including the babies. I
Yeah,
haven't counted up just yet, or
that
here
sounds god
recently.
awful. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
horrible. All right. And now is everything in that room? Like, how many animals are in that room that you're in?
Oh God, I don't even know.
Mm,
Several hundred, but no, they're not in here. They're actually in our house. The geckos
okay.
are.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right. And now, if people wanted to get in touch with you, obviously they would go to the Hardwire Exotics page. Or
Preferably,
do you want to hand
preferably,
out yours?
yeah, preferably hardwired. But you can always reach out to my Instagram, which I know you hate underscores because I heard your little comment. But it's Cassie underscore Thomas underscore. It's the only option I had to have my full name.
Why would do they make you put the underscore after the S in Thomas?
Because some other user had Cassie underscore Thomas, so I had to add extra stuff to after Thomas, so I just did the underscore.
That's how are people going to remember that?
I don't know.
What's the name of the dance studio in case there's any Georgia people who want to turn their sons gay?
It's Spotlight Dance Academy, and it's in Millen, Georgia.
Okay. And where are you in relation to like all the other big breeders in Georgia? Like are you more down south? Are you right like are you next door to Justin or Bob or any of those guys?
No, we're southeast. We're closer to Savannah.
Okay.
We're
All
about
right.
an hour and a half, hour 45, something to that nature from Savannah.
Okay. And when's the next show that you're going to do?
It's a new one. I done forgot what is it called? All
All
American.
American Reptile and Plant Expo?
I Yes.
It's
In
Troy. Yeah.
Charleston.
In
Yes, it's
Charlotte. Yeah.
choice. Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
yep. So that's the next one. We're I don't think Tony's bought tables yet, but I know that's in the works. He's been like thinking about it and reaching out to them, which we had talked to them and seen them in Daytona. We're just making sure like our schedule is good to go, so that way, deep in the banjos. Yeah, that's my best friend Allison. We out in the sticks. But yeah, that's the next one we're planning on trying to vend at.
Did
It's
you guys vend Daytona?
we did.
Okay. Hmm.
Oh yay, Jen, you're gonna be there.
Oh,
Yay!
yay. Yay. Let's be gay.
That's
Okay.
my
All right.
bestie.
All right.
Hey, I love Jen. Okay.
No, Jen is awesome. I love Jen too. Um, so all American and you here's the one thing I like about you, okay?
Okay.
Is that when you do the shows, you'll get dressed up in like tight fucking porno level women's fucking workout gear or fuck whatever. Not only you get 2 or 3 other hosts to dress up exactly the same as you got. I love you for that. Okay. And what do you like? What brought that on? And what do you think uh the upside of showing up in tight ass shit, showing off your ass and tits is doing for Tony's table and
Because
Tony's
I
sale?
caught your attention.
That's right. You fucking A did. Yeah, you goddamn right.
And it has our logo all over it. So
Yep. I get it. Well, that would you recommend that to other fucking dudes to do? I mean, not
yeah,
somebody with a fat wife. Like somebody with a fat wife that would look horrible, right? Like fucking because I mean, you've seen these fucking reptile broads, right? Like fucking
yeah.
they show up, they're 250, fucking gut hanging out over the yoga pants, fucking crop tops, green hair, right? Not cool, all right? When you look like Cassie, you could get away with dressing like you do, okay? But if you have that 6 pack of hot dogs behind your fucking neck, you're too big to dress like that. So, public service.
I do think that the heavier side of women can still dress like that, but in a better looking way. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you could
because believe
still,
me, there's hot fat broads all over the place. There's
yep.
some fucking nice thick chicks all over the place that could fucking dress like that. But most of the reptile chicks that are showing up at like local reptile shows are not that. Okay. They're just like, they show up eating the ho-hos, fucking just chocolate on the sides of their fucking mouths, right? And spending $30 on a tarantula, right? Fucking purple hair, not fucking cool. But fucking you show up and yeah, and you fucking crush it. And what you basically you get custom fucking tight shit made, right?
Yep, yep.
And where do you get this stuff made at?
That's a question for Tony. He's got a guy for that.
Oh, I love that guy. All right. Fucking yeah, Lori Gray. I wouldn't consider Lori Gray thick. Not at all. But fucking Lori Gray fucking got a hot little rack on her too. So fucking pro showing off the rack or nay showing off the rack?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
In that hobby, when you're trying to make a sale, I think, yeah, it
Yeah.
helps. I
Yeah.
really do think it helps.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it's whatever the woman feels most comfortable in, honestly. I feel okay wearing that. My husband's okay with me wearing it, so it works.
And if your husband wasn't okay with you wearing it, you wouldn't wear it, right?
Probably not.
Yeah. From somebody that dated a hoe, I could appreciate that. So good for you. Okay. Fucking good for you. All right. So hardwired exotics. Any underscores in between that?
No. Nope.
That's
It's
how
all
people
spelled out.
now would Tony get mad at you if you're getting a bunch of fan mail to that account?
No.
No,
Not at
right?
all.
Because Tony knows he got a hot MILF wife, right? So that's okay. All right. So yeah. Look, Cassie, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you coming and hanging out for an hour with me. Is there anything that you want to pimp or promote? Any like new cancer drugs fucking on the horizon? Any new bulletproof vests that you guys fucking
I
have
wish.
invested in? Okay.
Just watch your back.
Yeah.
Be mindful of your surroundings. That's all I got.
Yeah. And there's crazy people everywhere, right? I mean, that's really
Everywhere.
that's
Everywhere.
really
I never
you
thought in a million years it would happen to us, but it
well,
happens.
you live in like a kind of backwoods Georgia town, right?
Right.
And that's not a normal thing. People just don't go shooting each other there.
Well, there has been some shootings. We're not like the only ones, but it's not as common as you see in like the bigger cities.
Right, right. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys don't get shot at again. And I hope Tony kicks cancer's ass. So I appreciate you doing this. And if you could I'm gonna throw you backstage for a minute.
Okay.
And just hang out and give me 5 minutes and we'll talk a little more, okay?
Okay. Bye, y'all. Thank
Cassie
you.
Thomas, Hardwired Exotics, everybody. Fucking thank you, Cassie.
Thank you.
Yo, bring in the hot chicks. And probably one of the cooler hot chicks that we've had on, right? Like fucking listens, fucking respects her husband, fucking lets her do all the shit. Fucking fucking love you, Jen Kissinger, for fucking throwing that Kittinger. I'm sorry. I called you a fucking ex-secretary of state. Kittinger, thank you. And Kittinger, if you're gonna be at Tinley, I may be at Tinley this year. So it'd be nice to meet you guys and hang out with you guys. I'm going to be in Canada on the 14th and 15th of September. Kind of with the Red Line road trip, but not really with the Red Line road trip because Robin didn't have any fucking money left for me or Paul. So me and Paul are going to go up there as the Red Line road trip B team, the B squad, and we're going to go hang out in Canada. We're going to have the belt with us because Shane and Steven from Leviathan, we're rolling in with them. I believe Charlie is also coming. Sammy the Bull Gravano from Bull Snakes is coming. I think there's going to be a little bit of an American NWO kind of invasion going on in Canada on the 14th and 15th. We get to hang out with VIP Morphs and Gecko Diva for the first time. We get to hang out with Billy. We're going to hang out with Adam Wickens and his new wife. They just got married today, too. Congratulations, guys. So I will still see you guys next week. There's going to be no My One Black Friend next Sunday because next Sunday is the 1st. So we're going to have the main show actually that day, the Snakes and the Fatman main show with Matthew Parks from Pangea Reptile. And Q Ball Morphs is going to be on the 15 Minutes of Lame. Don't forget to check out the Lamest Chat on the replay crew. We'll be posting up some shorts from that and this episode later on tonight or tomorrow. And guys, join the Patreon. Come hang out with us. Come have fun. Come get your name shouted out in all the videos. Come talk about movies and music and enter fucking cool contests from Redline and Grey Rider and Reptile, everything else. There's a lot of cool shit going on that Patreon. Never thought I'd do a Patreon, but I'm really having a good time with it. I will see you guys next week, and I'm gonna play the dumb bumper, and we'll talk to you then. I'm gonna do the stupid sexy hat tip now. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.